There have been times when Fournette's not been on the field, and I notice it because I had him in fantasy. It's quite simple,
Me
all
too.
right? And where Yeldon's out there and Fournette is not, why? Is there something?
Well,
what's there behind
He's been
that?
banged up a lot. One,
Okay.
ankle injuries. You saw he had a thigh contusion. I mean, he's just been banged up. When you run the way he runs, you're going to get hit. That's
So
going to
it's
happen.
nothing disciplinary or
No,
a
I think
rookie wall or
I think
something?
the one disciplinary was the time when
Okay.
they kind of sat him for the whole game, and I think it was against Cincinnati. They won the game. They've won without him, and so that kind of shows you as well. Like you're not as important as some may think you are, but he is very important. And I think part of the struggles that you're seeing the last couple of weeks are that he's not breaking those 100-yard games, and they're getting behind. Then Blake Bortles has to throw the ball more than what you want him to. So the real difference is they brought in a lot. They brought in Barry Church. They brought in Calais Campbell.
He's been terrific,
on
man.
And that defensive line is one of the best, if not the best in the league.
Jacksonville started with 10 sacks against Tom Savage. It ended the Savage administration
quickly,
within one
right?
game. Yeah,
in one half. And so they've done a great job. And then Ramsey and A.J. Bouye on the outside have done a great job as well.
Ramsey brings he brings an attitude that is truly, there's a braggadociousness to him. Which we saw with A.J. Green slapping the slap fight right there.
Well, I think, it's funny because Jameis Winston gets a lot of discredit for his will to win. And there was one time last year, I think Ramsey, they were playing the Lions and they lost, and Ramsey started crying. And he was like, I hate losing. I've never been a loser a day in my life. And that's that Florida State attitude because Telvin Smith is there as well. And when I saw that, I was like, all right, they're going to turn this around quicker than what people think because when you have one dude, it hurts him so bad to cry. And that's how I used to play. Like, I remember playing games, we'd lose, I'd go home and cry because you just hate losing so bad. You'll do whatever it takes to win. And they've added the right pieces in that situation. Now, this playoff game against the Buffalo Bills is going to be a little bit tougher because they do struggle against mobile quarterbacks. But to me, I always tell people Jacksonville's only going to go as far as Blake Bortles allows them to go. If he doesn't turn the ball over, they're going to win games. I want to say they're 8-0 right now with when they have 0 turnovers. When you do turn the ball over, you have issues. So they have to continue to make sure that they're protecting the ball, stay ahead of the chains, and play with the lead. And if they can do that, they can beat anybody.
By the way, Maurice and Drew here on the Rich Eisen Show. The difference between Ramsey's will to win and Winston's will to win and how it is viewed is winning.
Right. Yeah.
That's the difference.
That's the difference. You got to win.
Because if Winston ate the W and then provided the W,
right,
we're not talking about him eating an L, right?
No.
I mean, it's kind of that simple
in
the NFL.
It's very simple. I tell people, you put up with a lot of stuff in the league, right? I mean, in everyday life, you're going to, people may do certain things and, you hear all these crazy stories on the Football Life on the NFL Network about how this guy didn't like this guy or how this guy was doing X and Z. As long as you win, they'll put up with it. Because at the end of the day, it's a production-based business. You have to win.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.